So hey guys, it's Christopher from Christopher's Candy, and today I'll be showing you how to make a multi like this unicorn one. It's really easy. I'm gonna make mine small because it's gonna be for my troll. So let's get started. So first off, you're gonna need string. Get a long piece of string, cut it so you have your string, and throw on some beads. So to make a multi, you start with a single and you build up from the single. Five. So get a good size that fits nicely around the wrist of the person you're making it for. In my case, my troll. Needs to be a little bigger. So once you have your single, tie it off as you would a regular single by making a square knot, which is right string over left string, and tuck it under, then left string over right string, then pull that under. So cut off your string, and you should have a long piece coming off. Thread it through a bead to either side, it doesn't matter, and that should hide your knot completely, or almost completely. So now what you do is thread on one bead, any color that you want, like that. So you have your you have your bead coming out of here. So you don't thread it through this bead, you thread it through the next bead. And when you pull that tightly, it should look like that and should be coming out of it. So then take your next bead, thread it on, and like you did with the bead you just put on, skip a bead and then thread it through the following. Then just continue this all the way around. Put on a bead, skip a bead, and put it through the following. And just so, you should just do that all the way around. Put on a bead, skip a bead, then put it in the following. So continue. Okay. So once you're done and you put on your last bead, skip a bead and thread it through like you've been doing all the way around. You should get something that looks like this. Now when you pull all of your beads tightly together, it should start to form a multi, or like a cuff, and it should look like that with every other bead sticking up. So then what you do is it should be coming out down there, thread it upwards one bead so that it's coming out higher. Okay, now that you've done that, put on one bead of your choice, any color, and thread it through. Then, so thread it through the bead that's sticking up. Then put on one bead, and once again, thread it through the bead that's sticking up. Thread on a bead, and thread it through the one that sticks up. And let me see, this time I'll try to get a clear shot. So you put on a bead, and then like it's coming out of there, so you want to put it through the next one that's sticking up, which is that bead. So when you thread it through, that bead that you just put in should lock in place right above it. Now continue this around the row. And if you want to make a pattern, like if you want to make, like learn how to read patterns and make a cuff based off of that, check back soon or subscribe so that you'll see the video. And I will be soon making a tutorial on how to read patterns. So put on your last bead in that row and thread it through, and it should be coming out of there. And like you did in the first row, thread it upwards to the bead above it, so that it's sticking out there. Now you can just continue working around, and what you do is you would just continue, put on a bead, thread through the next bead that's sticking up, and then once you finish your row, thread it through, or then thread it upwards. Now you can make this as tall as you want, as big as you want, whatever size you want, and it will not matter as long as you follow the right as long as you continue doing it how I told you, you should always end up with a cuff or a multi. Almost there. When you thread on your last bead, when you're done your cuff, thread it through, and this time tighten all of your beads. But this time, do not thread it up diagonally. Stick it. It's hard to like show, but like stick it in between those beads, the string, so that it makes a loop. And then take your long extra piece of string and then loop it through. And when you pull down on it, it should shrink down. And then just do that 1 or 2 or 3 times so that it stays in place. But if you want to hide your knot, thread it up through diagonally into that bead. And then pull it, and then your knot should be hidden. Now just cut off your extra string, and you have your multi-cuff. Let's see if it fits. It's a little tight, but it fits. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. And yeah, bye.